So this is lesson 2 on what to do with your GarageBand Don't Stop Believing piece. So this is where you got to last lesson with your chords, your bass, your drums. If you haven't got to that on at the moment, then you need to recap on the first video and finish this before you can move on. So we're going to start with verse 2. And if we're going to this sheet, which is on your Google Classroom, verse 2 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chords in total. And if I'm looking at it, it's just C, G, A minor, F, which is then repeated, so we can loop it. So I'm going to go to my brick wall and I'm going to click on this little plus up here. I'm going to add a new song section and I'm going to make sure it's 8 bars long, and then I'm going to click on all sections up here. I can tap off and now I can see that up here at the number 17 I've got a B section which is 8 bars long. I'm going to take my arrow to B and then I'm going to go into this line here to record my chords. So to get into that line I'm going to double tap on my piano, making sure that my arrow's at number 17. I'm going to do my chords, and remember the chords are on the white bits. You can do whatever rhythm you want to do, so it doesn't have to be held down for 4 beats like we did last time. It does not have to be held down. We could tap it for 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could do it twice and do 2 minims. So soup, 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 soup. You could do soup, TT, soup, TT, soup, TT. You could come up with your own rhythm. You could hold it down and then stroke your finger upwards. You could do whatever rhythm you want, but each chord will only last for 4 beats, so 1 full bar. When I'm ready to record, I make sure that my metronome up here is blue and I press record. I'm going to go soup, T, T. And then press stop. Go into my brick wall. And then I can see that it's gone right up to that number 21. I'm going to double tap. I'm going to loop. Then I'm going to double tap. Settings, and I'm going to quantize it, and the number that you quantize it to depends on what rhythm that you have used. So for me, I only use soups and teas, so it will be a quarter. If you've used any quavers in there, so any coffees, it'll be an 1/8, or if you've used any where your fingers dragged up and down, it might be a 1/16 or a 32, depending on what you've used. So now I've done my chords, I'm going to double tap into my bass line, still with my arrow at the number 17. And I'm going to do the same thing, whatever rhythm you want, but on the grey section, on them 4 chords that you've just done. Whatever rhythm you want to do, you can do. G, C, G, A, F. Remember that it's only 4 bars long. Then double tap, loop, quantize it. So I used some shorter notes, so I do an 8. And then in here I'm going to do my drums. So I'm going to double tap into my drums and then I'm going to add what I think that I want to add to there. So in the first section I didn't have any of these blue symbols. So I'm going to record this at the number 17 and just press the record button. And don't stop it, just let it go. When it's finished, it will go green. So now I've got verse 1 and verse 2 all done. My verse 2, my rhythms are completely different. Once you've done that, you're going to go back into your verse 1 and we're going to start doing our melody. So if I look on the slides, my melody is here. So you will need to practice this, and it should go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars in total, which are then looped. So you're going to count 1, 2, 3, E, C, D, D, E, 1, 2, C, 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 G, G, E, D, and count it on like that. So I'll go back to here. I'm going to make sure my arrow's at number 1. I'm going to add a new piano, and then I'm going to press the red button to put it onto keys. If you don't have the letters on, you can go off GarageBand into your iPad settings, click on GarageBand on the left hand side of the settings, and then turn on your keyboard note labels, and it should put the letters on for you. So I'm going to make sure my arrow's at number 1, make sure my tick's on, and I'm going to press record. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Press stop. That will go to the number 9. That will take you a long time. You can cut it down and do it separately and then join it all together. Practice it as much as you need to before you record it. When you're finished, loop it, but then drag it back so it finishes at the start of your B section like that. Okay, and that is as far as I need you to go.